So, today we are talking about illusions and lies. How many of you guys watching this video have been in a place in your life, or maybe you're in this place in your life right now, where you're consistently wishing for what's to come? You're thinking, if I get this, I will feel this. Or when I achieve this, I will have this. You're wishing for what is to come. You're wishing for this ideal world. Whether that looks like finances, relationships, your home, where you live, your environment, your friends, your work, your career, whatever that looks like, we get stuck as humans into this illusion. We get stuck in illusion. That's all fine and dandy, and that's all great. So it's good to have a vision. It's good to know where we're going. It's good to know what we want. But the reason that I believe we struggle so much in humanity to get to where we want is because we get so attached and stuck to what we want. When you get attached to what you want, there's two main problems that I see with that. Number one is you remove yourself majorly from the present moment. And I think when you're not present, anxiety exists, depression exists, worries exist. Anxiety, worries, and depression and anything negative essentially does not exist in the present moment. When you're existing in the present moment, all there is gratitude. All there is presence, happiness, like creation. That is what we truly are as a source, as a human, when we're present. So that's the number one thing that I think there's a problem when we get too attached with what we're looking for in the future. The second thing is we are bypassing the block that is stopping us from getting to the place we want. So let's say, for example, I want in 5 years' time to be in this particular house, and I want this kind of income, and I want this kind of relationship, I want this kind of career. Some of those I'm sure you can relate to, but whatever it is, let's say I want one of those things in 5 years' time. I can attach and I can bring emotion to that, and I can get excited with that, about that. But the problem is that usually the reason we struggle to get to that thing we want is because we're not allowing ourselves to unblock the thing that is stopping us from getting there. And what is that thing that's stopping us from getting there? 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10 is your emotions, is your experience, is your beliefs. Those emotions, experiences, and beliefs, if they are not dealt with, if they are not got to the root of, if you have not understood why they are there, then that vision, that attachment you have to that future goal is just going to stay exactly that, a future goal. And the longer it takes to get there, the more frustrated you get, the more anxious you get, the more depressed you get. So we can put ourselves into this cycle because we are neglecting or deferring doing the difficult work. When I say doing the difficult work, it's understanding what is the emotion or the problem or the experience or the trauma or the story or the belief that I am telling myself, that I am creating in my life, that is actually stopping me from getting closer to where I want to be instead of getting closer to where I want to be. So for example, if I have this belief that I will be happy when I earn X amount of money, it's all fine and dandy to have that idea, to have the attachment and the excitement towards that. But number one, the happy when mindset is a problem. It is a problem that society reaffirms. It consistently loops us into this thing of I'll be happy when, I'll be happy when. Consumerism, the matrix, all of that will make you believe that you'll be happy when. You'll be happy when you have the top brand of clothes. You'll be happy when you have the best house. You'll be happy when you have the most loving relationship. You'll be happy when you have the best car. You'll be happy when you have the latest technology. That is all crap. You are happy when you seek happiness within you, when you do the work to understand what is stopping you from being happy. Because my need to want to earn this amount of money in 5 years' time or to be in this house in 5 years' time, my need is not the house or the money. My need is often security. My need is often acceptance, love, gratitude, abundance. And those things do not come from an external factor or an external material. They come from understanding, what have I been through? What am I feeling? What do I believe? What messed up story or disempowering story am I telling myself? Because that is what stops us from getting to where we want to get. But it's not understanding those things that makes it even a longer process to get where we want to get. So we get masked by these illusions. We get masked by these lies. For example, let's say I want X amount of money in how many years' time, or next month I want to earn this much money. We get masked by the illusion that I'm not attached to money. I don't need the money, but I want the money. First of all, that's a contradicting belief. That story does not align. Or it might be the same thing with the house. We might feel, sometimes it's even the opposite. We get attracted and attached to this idea that the illusion is telling me, if I get this house, I'll feel this. If I get this house, I'll be happy. If I get this house, I'll be secure. If I get this house, I'll be accepted. The security, the acceptance, the happiness, the love, whatever it is you're seeking from that thing, the house, the money, the car, the keys, the kids, whatever it is you're seeking from that external thing is an illusion. That thing is not going to give you that. So those feelings you're seeking are needs that a human needs and needs to seek. The love, the acceptance, the gratitude, the abundance, the safety, the security, they all need to be met as a human. But those external things are not going to give us that. That is an illusion. That is a lie. That is not something that's going to get us closer. What will get us closer is understanding why we don't have the love, why we don't have the security, why we don't have stability, safety, acceptance, abundance, all the things we're seeking from that external validation, that external thing, that external person. It could even be a relationship. All those things we're seeking. It's not enabling us to get closer. It is deferring us from that goal. So ask yourself, what is the illusion that I am playing out? What is the story, the lies, the fake story that I'm telling myself to stop me from getting closer? Again, this is something I've gone through so many times, and there's so many lies, so many stories, so much conditioning that creates this illusion that stops you from getting to where you want to go. Essentially, you need to lift up this veil and understand what is the truth. And by understanding yourself and what you want and your core value, who you are, where you want to be, why you want to be there, oftentimes we go through these questions and we end up wanting to be somewhere that we never even thought we wanted to be. So that in itself is an illusion. We're conditioned into thinking we want all these things, all these places, all these people. But what do you really want? When you dig deep and understand yourself, you understand who you are, where you want to go, what you want to be, what you want to give to the world. That's when you get closer to where you want to get to. But it's through understanding, why do I not have love, acceptance, gratitude, abundance, and all these things that we want from the external thing we're looking for? Why do we not have these things within ourselves? To understand that, you need to dig into your story. You need to dig into yourself. You need to dig into your experiences. You need to dig into those uncomfortable circumstances, stories, experiences, traumas that you've been through. Because those are the things that are enabling you to think, if I get this, I'll feel this. If I get this, I'll feel this. And the attachment to consistently wanting that thing is essentially your attachment to consistently wanting that need to be met. But that need is never going to be met through the external thing. That need is only ever going to be met when you understand it within yourself, understand where it's come from, the root cause of it, and ultimately how you're not supplying that need for yourself. No person, no career, no amount of money, no house, no car, no material, no technology, no nothing outside of you, no achievements, no job, no titles are ever going to give you your human needs that you need, that you want, that abundance, that gratitude, that those feelings of being happy with your life. They are never going to come from any of those external things. They can only come from within yourself, through understanding yourself, understanding your emotions, understanding your story, the disempowering stories you've been telling yourself, or the disempowering stories you've been conditioned to believe. Those are the things that will uncover what is blocking you from where you want to be. So ask yourself, what is the story or the disempowering belief or the conditioning that I've held on to that I think if I get X, I will feel X? What is that story? I promise you there is truth, answers, and guidance in that story alone.